So to set up the H7 screens into network mode, from the beginning screen we hit the setup button on the remote to bring up the menu. There's several settings we'll have to run through. We'll start at the top and work our way down. The first is in system settings, and in here we have two options, synchronous set and sync mode. And what that is if you have several screens and you want them to display their screens in sequence so that they're timed correctly, so when one video finishes on one screen it finishes on the other screen as well. So in that case we'd set the sync mode to network, and our synchronous set we can say which screen is going to be the master and which one's going to be the slave, and they'll work in accordance. So we set one host and everything else to slave in order to keep everything in sequence. The next screens we have to do is system managing. We'll go in here, and when you get this from the factory it will be in standalone mode. Several of these options will be turned off. We'll have to set it to LAN mode in order to tell it I want to work on the network. Software manage, that wants to be in the ADPE. That's for the software that we're utilizing here. When you're done, save and reboot the screen to allow the changes to take effect. The third setting is the network settings. In here we start out with the IP address. We have two options. One is to DHCP, which is a network protocol for automatically setting an IP address to the machine so it knows how to talk to it. The other is stable IP, where we can just literally type in the address that we want it to go to. I'm running on the DHCP, so I don't need to make any changes here. The other setting we need to do is give the screen the setting to know the network ID, and this has to match what's in the software. This is what the screen and the software use to talk to one another to know that they're talking to the right unit. So in order to set this, we'd want to go down to the network ID. I hit the center button on the remote to bring up the mini menu here, and then we can type through what we want to have our settings to, and I'm hitting the center button on the remote in order to select the option once I'm on the one I want. Once we're done, we hit save, and now we're ready to send our content from the software directly to the screen across the network. Under the IP address block here on this main screen, you can see what it assigned my IP address to and where it found the server's IP address when the software had talked to the screen, so you can confirm that these are on your network correctly.
To set the network ID, simply click on this triangular icon, go to Network Settings, enter in the same number as the number you previously set in the server settings on the sign.